comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
So, welcome back. To close out today's episode, we have a quick game of categories with our guests, followed by a performance by Image Step Team. So the way the game categories works, we're going to pick a category. Matthews is going to give us a category in a second, and then we're going to go back and forth amongst the four of us. Whoever gets it wrong, process of elimination. Whoever's the winner, you get bragging rights. I think it's pretty fair.
Okay. So, the category is colors.
Yes. You can't repeat a color that someone else said, by the way.
Okay.
Starting with Matthews.
This is the question one, right?
No, you're saying a color.
Oh, yeah, okay. sorry. All right, white,
Blue.
Green.
Purple.
black,
Red.
Pink.
Yellow.
green.
Orange.
Gray.
Brown.
Uh-oh. Orange.
Magenta. Oh, wait, I said orange already.
Oh, great.
Violet.
Matthews, come on now. This is every episode. Every episode, he's the first person to lose the game.
I apologize. All right, we can switch categories. Gian, if you want, you can pick a category.
Oh.
So we could be surprised.
Yeah.
The category is cars.
Oh.
Volkswagen.
Wait, cars or car brand?
The car brand.
Car brand?
Car brand?
Yeah.
Okay. Mercedes.
BMW.
Ford, because I have a Ford.
Aren't you out? Honda.
Toyota.
Jeep.
Ferrari.
Jaguar.
Lexus.
A Range Rover.
Nissan.
Dang. I don't know. I couldn't get it.
All right, Jazz, if you want to pick a category.
Let's do Disney shows.
Oh, I'm winning this one.
Please.
Okay.
So he says,
Okay, shows or movies? Let's do Disney movies. Lion King.
Cheetah Girls.
High School Musical.
Lion King 2.
Damn. I picked the category. I'm out.
We have to give that one another try. I was excited to talk about Disney, guys. Come on.
All right, so do you guys want to do Disney shows or movies? Categories, you want to pick the last category?
Yes.
Shows?
Okay.
All right.
So my category will be Disney shows. Starting That's So Raven.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Sweet Life on Deck.
Hannah Montana.
Liv and Maddie. Is that a Disney
Yeah,
show?
it
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys remember that show, Life with Derek?
I do
Yeah.
remember
I
that
know.
That
show.
was a great show.
I know.
Casey Undercover. Is that Disney?
Ant Farm.
Wow.
Yeah. That was it for me. That was it.
Oh, wow.
All right,
This is
well,
hard. Out of the shows that we listed, what was your favorite Disney show?
That's
I feel like
Raven.
that's always such a good
That's What
nostalgia
Raven was a
question.
good one. Honestly, I like all of them, but That's What Raven kind of
Yeah.
hits different.
Same.
I agree. So I think now is a great time to have you guys show us a little something. Show them who Image, who you guys are. Have a nice little routine performance. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're gonna go. My bad.
Here? Stand here? Okay. Yep. Ready?
I'm gonna move.
Are we good? Yeah, you want to move it back?
Yeah, we can move it
Okay.
back.
Are we going back here? Like right here is fine.
Okay.
Just so we don't hit you. Okay. You want to put the signs up?
Oh, right.
5, 6. this.
Back up.
Okay,
I'm
so
teaching you that?
Yeah, so you guys can see. We can leave it there.
Okay.
I guess it's our turn.
Yep, it's your turn.
Okay, so we're gonna teach you a different step because that's a little
Advanced.
for you.
Yeah, that's like advice.
Okay, so the step we're gonna teach you is, we just call it Michaela step because we don't know.
Michaela step.
Yeah, we don't know the name. Jazz, you wanna start?
Not gonna lie, I don't remember all the way. So 5, 6, 7, 8.
okay, so this was the less complex one. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The only
Okay.
part I remember is the beginning.
So what's the first step?
Yeah.
So your first step is
Okay.
Okay, stomp, slap, slap.
So stomp, slap, slap.
Yep. Stop, 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 stop.
Okay. Stomp, slap, slap, stomp.
Yep.
yes.
Look at me. Stepper. All right. So stomp.
Yep.
Yep.
So then you're gonna cross.
There's more.
So you make an X
Okay,
and you undo your X.
So.
and then
So.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So it's.
ah.
I did.
Ready?
Okay. All right. So stamp, clap, step, clap. Something along those lines.
Okay. No, I did this wrong. And then cross.
So it's
I think I did it. I did something. I did a little.
So I'm doing it with you. So it's.
It's the step. Okay. Okay. Something. Okay. So
I mean, I kind of did it. I kind of did it.
I
Yeah.
was okay. Almost there.
All right.
okay. Let's try it all together.
All right.
5, 6,
Look at this
7, 8. You know what? I'm proud of y'all.
At least we tried.
Thank
We
you.
tried something. All right.
tried.
I guess we can have a seat.
So, thank you so much, guys, for tuning
yeah.
into tonight's episode.
Yep. Be sure to catch us next time, and don't forget to always see things through the bigger picture.
Thank you so much to Gian and Jaslyn for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me try this step one more time.
Yeah, you can try one.
Something like
Something
this.
like that. You got it.
Close
You got
enough.
I mean,
something.
I
You're there.
remember.
Go ahead,
I
Maggie.
remember it was right. I remember the beginning. It was.
Do you guys want to try to show us one more time?
Yes. 5, 6, 7.
Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, what really happened in the State Park kidnapping.
And more about an arson arrest right here in Oswego.
Plus, a new book to read written very close to home.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ed Lundquist.
And I'm Hazel Montalvo.
We have the man, but not the motive. Tonight, a suspect in the kidnapping of 9-year-old Charlotte Senna at a Capital Region State Park has been arrested. 46-year-old Craig Nelson Ross Jr. was arrested Monday night in his camper home and has been charged with kidnapping in the first degree.
Ross was discovered as a suspect after his fingerprints were found on a ransom note left at the Senna household early Monday morning. Ross's prints were in the police database due to a previous DUI charge, and Saratoga police were able to use the info to find his trailer behind his mother's mobile home. Charlotte was found unharmed in a cabinet inside the camper and was reunited with her parents 48 hours after her disappearance. An arrest of arson is made.
Samantha S. O'Neill is alleged to have started the fire and to have known people were inside the two-story home when it was set ablaze. Miss O'Neill is currently being charged with arson in the second degree, attempted murder, burglary, and criminal possession of a weapon. She's expected to appear in court on October 24th.
Last night, the Oswego Board of Education voted on whether or not to join a lawsuit against the social media companies over their effects on student mental health.
National voter
Is likely to join this suit, standing alongside both Fulton and Mexico, becoming the third district in the country to join one of over 600 districts nationwide. SUNY Oswego's theater department presents the 8th annual Cemetery Ghost and History Tour on October 28th at 2 p.m. Students will bring Oswego tales to life with costumes, acting, and a touch of Oswego pride. The event will touch on Dr. Mary Walker's story and her contributions to Oswego. Admission is free, but be sure to grab your tickets before they sell out. With the 2024 presidential election quickly approaching, it's important to make sure that you register to vote if you're able. This week's voter registration week on campus, and students are being encouraged to do just that. WTOP reporter Riley Jones has more.
This week is National Voter Registration Week, and to celebrate, SUNY Oswego will be holding several different events in order to increase student engagement. Throughout the week, the Penfield Library will have supplies to make your own I Voted pin. Earlier today, I was able to speak with Kelsey Jones, Oswego's Program Coordinator for Civic Engagement and Community Service, about the importance of voter registration.
We do it all on a nonpartisan level, so we really encourage students to use their voices and register to vote, and vote however they would like to, whether that be in their local election through absentee ballots while they're at school, or vote absentee for federal elections like the presidential election.
Vote Oswego is an important part of campus and helps students get their voices out to the world. But Kelsey wanted to stress that voting is not just important, but also very easy.
All your Board of Elections. We help students realize where they are registered to vote, help them re-register with a new address if that's what they wish, and we also kind of just full circle help them kind of realize how to take that next step in being a civic citizen.
If you're not registered to vote, there will be many resources across campus to help you learn how throughout the week. And Vote Oswego is always available to help students make their voices heard. I'm Riley Jones for WTOP-10 News.
Earlier tonight, the Storytellers Guild also held a game night in which participants got to learn about the issues with gerrymandering and the further importance of voting. These are just some of the ways that Vote Oswego is getting students engaged this week. Felt pretty warm out there, huh?
Definitely. Let's take a look at your forecast with Storm Team 10 meteorologist
Cody Schiller. Currently, it has been warmer, and the warm conditions will continue for the next couple of days. Now, the real question comes down to, are we going to have any bad weather? Will it rain? And of course, will fall weather return in time for this holiday weekend? More on that later. Back to the desk.
Julia Giglio of SUNY Oswego's English department and her husband have just released their second book, The Trouble with Tinsel, following their first novel's release in 2022. Novel writing allows them to connect with their students through the challenges of world building and the pain of meeting deadlines. They will be hosting a book signing at Rivers End Bookstore in Oswego on Tuesday, October 10th at 5 p.m. Still ahead tonight, Speaker of the House is out and how it happened.
Plus, TSA is on track to surpass a record set last year, but that's not a good thing.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy.
Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
All right, continuing this story about what the weather conditions will be like on this holiday weekend. The current conditions outside right now in Oswego is 65 degrees, and it feels like 65, with calm winds and a perfect night with very few clouds, so a perfect night for stargazing. Now for tomorrow, if we're getting ready for tomorrow, it is going to be warmer than normal, 83-degree high with light winds, so it definitely is going to be warmer. You're definitely going to want to bring a light sweater, t-shirts, and shorts, not your typical fall attire of sweatshirts and jeans. Now for tomorrow morning, we are going to be talking about, by 9 a.m., a 65-degree start with light winds again. So it's definitely going to be warmer than normal when you're getting out to head to classes, work. And then the story later on this week, we're talking about the rain that is going to come later this week. It's been pretty dry for the most part the last couple of weeks, but we're Friday going to start to see some not so good weather, especially on a holiday weekend. We can see by Thursday night into Friday that rain is going to start coming into the picture with the likelihood of showers and steady rain becoming gradually more likely as we get into Saturday. Now currently another big picture is the temperature. It's been quite warm the past day, and it's going to continue for the next couple of days. But over the next week, we are going to start to see a big decrease in temperatures, to see below average temperatures, and make it feel like autumn finally. Now the 7-day forecast, as you can see, is 83 degrees tomorrow, 80 degrees Thursday, partly sunny. So we have this nice warm weather, almost our last bit of summer we're going to be having. But then as we get into Friday, we start to see that cool down as well as showers. Once we get into Saturday and Sunday, we start to see the temperature really start to decline down into the 50s, with lows getting into the 40s at night. And those chances of showers continue to grow across the week. And that's it for the forecast. Back to the desk.
The Oswego City Police Department posted to X today about their plans for National Coffee with a Cop Day. They will be hosting a celebration tomorrow from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m., where the public can enjoy a lovely cup of coffee and talk with the members of the department. The address for the event is 120 East Bridge Street or the East Side Stewards.
Hundreds more auto workers are losing their jobs. General Motors and Ford announced that they are laying off around 500 workers between two companies. GM is laying off 164 workers at stamping plants in Parma, Ohio, and Marion, Indiana. Ford is laying off 330 workers at a stamping plant in Chicago and engine plant in Lima, Ohio. This comes shortly after GM already laid off more than 1,800 workers and Ford 600. United Auto Workers Union leaders say the manufacturers are only doing it to put pressure on its members to resolve the strike quickly. The automakers say the layoffs are due to slowdowns in the manufacture process caused by strikes.
The Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, is forecasting that last year's records are going to be broken by the end of 2023. The agency said that it has intercepted 5,072 firearms at airport security checkpoints so far this year. At the current rate, the TSA said it will likely surpass last year's record of 6,542 firearms. Chaos on Capitol Hill. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is ousted from his post as House Speaker. Gloria Pazmino explains.
Office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
A revolt on Capitol Hill. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy put his political life on the line Tuesday, calling a vote on a motion to oust him from his post. That motion passed by a vote of 216 to 210. The effort was led by Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida and comes just days after McCarthy relied on Democrats to pass a stopgap spending bill to avert a government shutdown. The move to oust McCarthy is yet another escalation of long-standing tensions between McCarthy and a bloc of conservative hardliners in his party.
If you throw a speaker out that has 99% of their conference, that kept government open and paid the troops, I think we're in a really bad place for how we're going to run Congress.
As expected, no Democrats came to McCarthy's aid.
This is not a Democratic problem. This is a Republican problem. They supposedly have the majority. They should be able to pick their own speaker.
Kevin McCarthy's not trustworthy. We don't trust him. Their own conference doesn't trust him.
McCarthy says he will fight it out on the House floor, even if it means running for Speaker again. In the meantime, Republicans frustrated with Gaetz as they brace for the impact of a paralyzed government.
It definitely puts the majority in jeopardy when you see disunity.
I think it's sending a terrible signal to the electorate in advance of the 24 election.
I'm Gloria Pazmino reporting.
Following this historic vote, we're seeing something that's never happened before in American history: a speaker removed from his post and one of the three branches of American government without a leader.
In lighter governmental news, Democratic Senator LaFonso Butler was sworn into Senate by Vice President Kamala Harris earlier today. Butler made history as the first black lesbian to enter Congress, as she is the only black woman currently serving in the Senate. She was appointed by California Governor Gavin Newsom to fill the vacant seat left by the death of Senator Dianne Feinstein.
When WTOP-10 nightly news continues, a new breakthrough COVID vaccine has surfaced.
And a deep dive into screening for breast cancer. Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move.
so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP-10. Here is your health and consumer report. A new COVID vaccine is soon to be released after its recent approval by the CDC. Most COVID vaccines are mRNA, but our newest one from Novavax is a protein-based non-mRNA made for ages 12 and up. It mainly targets the XBB Omicron subvariant, as well as most dominant strain in the U.S., EG5.
The car industry has faced troubles this year with the United Auto Workers strike, inflated gas prices, and increasing interest rates. General Motors has reported a 21% increase in sales in the third quarter. Stellantis, the parent company of Jeep, Ram, and Chrysler, has reported a 1% drop, and Ford is expected to report an 8% increase tomorrow.
While the annual death rate of breast cancer is declining, it is still the leading cause of cancer death for women overall. CNN's Mandy Gathering has more on this importance of being screened early and often on today's Health Minute.
I was like, what is this?
In just weeks, Felicia Brown went from finding a lump in the shower to a diagnosis of stage 3 triple-negative breast cancer. After that came 6 months of chemo, then a double mastectomy and radiation treatments.
If it had not have been for me noticing that what I had wasn't there the day before, I probably wouldn't have been here.
The American Cancer Society says early detection is critical, and so is knowing your breast cancer risk.
Breast cancer screening is much more than just about your age. It's about your family history, your genetics, if you know them, and your own personal medical history.
When to start screening will depend on your risk. The organization says women at average risk for breast cancer should begin talking to their doctor about the best time to start screenings in their early 40s. By age 45, there should be a mammogram every year.
Grab your girlfriends, support each other in breast cancer screening.
Women at high risk for breast cancer should get a breast MRI and mammogram every year starting around age 30, and everyone should pay attention to changes in their bodies.
Here I am, almost 17 years cancer-free. And I just continue to just live in that. And I thank God and my family every day.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The factory may be coming to you in your local Mexican chain restaurant as Chipotle teams up with Hyphen Prototype to make a salad-making robot. The machine would be able to take about 65% of orders and could make a salad or bowl using a conveyor belt and dispensers at the end of the belt. An employee would add finishing touches and the lid. Coming up in sports is Luke Roddy.
Hey Luke, can you give us a quick preview?
Hey guys, stay tuned for all the latest sports news. The MLB wildcard gets underway, and 2 Oswego Lakers are making a splash. That and more next.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back. I'm your sports guy, Luke Ratty, and let's get down to it. Oswego State Athletics announced their September Oswego Health Athletes of the Month earlier today. Ellie Decker of women's cross country, as well as Kieran Gilroy of men's soccer, have been chosen for their successes. Decker has finished top 10 on 3 separate occasions this month alone, placing 9th, 4th, and 2nd, respectively. Gilroy has also been exceptional for his team, leading the Lakers with 3 goals and 6 points. These Lakers are really making a name for themselves, and the season's only just begun. The Oswego women's tennis team will look to bounce back from their loss to the Geneseo Knights when they travel to SUNY Cortland to take on the Red Dragons. The Lakers have won 2 of their last 3 and will look to get back to an even record. The Cortland Red Dragons are on fire, having won 3 of the last 4 matches and are currently 2nd in SUNYAC play. It's sure to be a good match. Game is scheduled for Wednesday at 4 p.m. Jordan Montgomery of the Texas Rangers put on a clinic in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series, as Texas would come into Tropicana Field and stun the Tampa Bay Rays. Montgomery pitched a masterful 7 innings of work, allowing 0 runs on 6 hits with 5 strikeouts. The Rays' defense was shockingly abysmal in this game, giving up 4 errors, which led to 2 runs being scored. Corey Seager would collect 2 hits for the Rangers, and Texas now leads the Wild Card Series 1-0. The Detroit Lions welcomed back their speedy receiver, Jamison Williams, to their training facility earlier today. Williams was originally suspended 6 games for violating the NFL's gambling policy and betting on a non-football sport from the workplace. To the second-year whiteout's surprise, the league revised their gambling policies, and Williams was allowed to return to the team after missing just 4 games. Williams is elated to be back and help the NFC North leading Lions continue to improve as the season progresses. The Seattle Seahawks came into MetLife Stadium on Monday Night Football and shut the door on the New York Football Giants. Defense was the story in this game, as the Seahawks would put up a total of 11 sacks, along with 3 turnovers and a touchdown. Devin Witherspoon was the star of this game, putting up 2 sacks and scoring a 97-yard pick 6 in the 3rd quarter, which would ultimately wrap the game up. The Hawks soar to 3-1, while the Giants plummet to 1-3.
Thank you. Stick around.
About a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
Before we go, Fat Bear Week.
It's that time of the year where bears duke to see who's the chunkiest.
In an elimination-style bracket, users can learn about the lives and histories of certain bears.
Voting begins tomorrow. Make sure to go to fatbearweek.org and pick your favorite bear. Talk about how awesome some bears are.
Okay, so this one is obviously focused mainly on grizzly bears, right? Fat Bear Week is almost exclusively about them, and it's about their sort of reversal of a weight loss journey. So when a bear comes out of hibernation, it is extremely skinny because it's used up all of its fat over the winter, and then over the course of the summer, they get chunky again, and we are rating them.
Real chunky, real chunky. I actually personally like polar bears more than grizzly bears. If we're gonna get into favorites here, I just think they look just nicer, and I just enjoy seeing a polar bear out in the wild more than I would see a grizzly bear, because grizzly bears are terrifying, and I would not last. So
That is true. That is true. Now, do polar bears hibernate? Because technically they just live in winter year-round, don't they?
I think that's right. Yeah, they just are always out and about looking for fish and ice water and just doing their thing. You know, I've never seen one hibernate, and I don't think they do, honestly. So
Fair enough. Any other thoughts?
Be sure to check out the women's tennis match tomorrow against SUNY Copeland. It's tomorrow at 4 p.m. It's sure to be a great match, so check that out tomorrow, 4 p.m.
All right. Thank you all for watching, and have a great night.
To the debut episode of the show you'll soon learn to love, Port City Rising. I am joined by none other than Garrett Chan Man, Spider-Man Chan. And we are excited to bring you all into the lives of two broadcasting students in their last semester and last year. Garrett, first off, tell me how you're doing.
I'm super pumped, super excited, grateful, honored to be here. Let's have a show, let's have a season, let's get things started right away.
Awesome. The question is, first question is, what is Port City Rising? Well, Port City Rising is a talk show that documents what is going to be the greatest semester ever. We're seniors. We need to go out with a bang. What you'll see this semester are vlogs, interviews, and experiences that will be shared on WTOP-10. Today, we'll stick with the basics and give our sports talk a try. Moving into our first segment, the Weekend Deep Dive. Garrett and I will go over our busy weekend and discuss what we saw and experienced. So, I will start off. It was an all-football weekend. I was working at Syracuse for the in-house production, and it was really fun. I was able to be in this sort of like basket, where what they call it the basket, and it's like the game cam. So I was able to do the scoreboard cam. Everyone on the scoreboard saw, you know, I was responsible for that. It was a really great time. And I'm sure a picture will come up of my experience. And I was able to see Kyle Spizak do his thing. All right, so going over there, that's where I was. So you see right there, it was just a little basket, and you had to like climb down this like this little step, and it was a little scary, to be honest. And then saw Kyle Spizak do his thing.
What a
he
guy.
worked for ABC. You know, he was doing a lot there. So you know, some WTOP Oswego guys representing Oswego well, doing some Syracuse football. And then moving over to my personal favorite, went to the Eagles and Commanders game. That was a really fun experience. I've been to Philadelphia a good amount of time. That's where we sat. It was beautiful, a beautiful day. Last year, we weren't able to get the nicest weather. It was raining. It was a hurricane, and
Wow.
it was not fun. So yeah, so we were able to do that. See my dad right there. We were taking a selfie in front of the Super Bowl 52 replica trophy. I really wish that we were able to get another one this past year, but that ended up not happening. But still holding out hope. But yeah, one thing that happened was my dad, big Eagles guy, screaming his head off. So we were right next to the family section, right? We were right next to the family section. So like all the kids were over there. My dad didn't care at all. He was just screaming. He was cursing. It was
yikes.
It was something like everybody, all the kids were like looking back at us, like thinking we were crazy. But it was a good game. I'll get more into the game after a break. But Garrett,
yeah.
Enough of me talking. How was your weekend?
It was certainly a big weekend for me as well. I'll start off. We had some Oswego alumni, some fellow WTOP-10 people that came or worked at the station in the past. They made their way up here, took a tour of the studio. So there's us. So from left to right, there's me.
3 people on our crew.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Shout out to those. So we have Jolie there, VP of Finance, Melinda, VP of HR and Communication, Mia, VP of Creative Services, and our great GM, Mike Griswold. So we were all there at the comm dinner. It was absolutely fantastic.
That's awesome.
Celebrating some esteemed alumni who have made contributions not just to the station, but Oswego as a whole. So it was great to talk. I explained it to Jolie on Saturday. It was kind of like the past meets the present, and you're just talking about the future of not just the communications department, the program, but also what the station has in store for the next few years.
That's awesome.
In addition to that, I did call some play-by-play for the women's soccer game against SUNY Plattsburgh. Really good game. I called it with our great broadcasting engineer, Connor.
Oh.
So we did a great job of calling that game. We talked a lot about kind of just the dynamics of both teams, kind of just getting the feel of SUNYAC competition. It was great to cover that game, and super excited not just for fall sports, but as we head into the winter with some hockey coming up in next weekend.
Yeah, really getting some experience there. That's awesome. And
that's right.
It seems like did you meet anybody at the alumni dinner?
We saw former general manager of WTOP-10, Justin. I don't know why I'm starting the last name for it. I don't know why. But yes, we met some amazing alumni. We saw fellow WTOP-10 crew members and people on the prod board as well. Just a great meeting overall of everyone in the communications broadcasting department, and super excited to see what's in store over the next few years here.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, us as seniors, just kind of like nice to see other people come back and help us out. But coming up after the break, we'll talk about some sports. Week 4 action in the NFL, and also the MLB postseason starts today. All of this and more after the break.
Dude, bro, I don't know why I have...
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news. Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Back to Port City Rising. Now, it's time for us to do something we do practically on a day-to-day basis, talking sports. Garrett, take it away.
That's right, Brooks. There's a lot going on in the world of sports, so let's not waste any time and jump into a jam-packed weekend of football.
All right, starting off in Philadelphia, where I was in attendance, as I mentioned earlier, the Philadelphia Eagles merely won against the Washington Commanders 34-31 in overtime. After Jalen Hurts threw a touchdown to A.J. Brown, they ended up leaving too much time for Sam Howell and company to score the game-tying touchdown with 1 second left. Philly ended up winning on a 54-yard field goal from Jake the Make Elliott. Garrett, the Eagles are 4-0. How long can they keep this success going?
Certainly a very solid start for the defending NFC champions, excuse me. They've played the Colts, the Patriots, Vikings, Buccaneers, some somewhat lackluster opponents, but nonetheless, they've got a very solid schedule up ahead. They face the Rams next week, which I think will be a way for the Eagles to improve to 5-0. They face the Jets, and of course, we'll talk about them just in a little bit. But then you have 2 more meetings with the Cowboys, Chiefs, 49ers. Those are some really top teams in the league. I expect them to be very close games, if not get extremely close for the Eagles to maybe pull out a win here. I think the Eagles are in good position right now. I expect them to get better as the season progresses.
Yeah, it seems like for the Eagles, it's just, they're 4-0, but no one's really impressed. No one's really impressed with the Eagles, including me. I mean, they have been winning really by the skin of their teeth. So I'm hoping they can change that around. But for you, Garrett, you got some things to talk about for the Jets.
That's right. On Sunday Night Football, Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs traveled to the Big Apple to take on Zach Wilson and the New York Jets. While much of the media attention was focused around Taylor Swift and the ongoing romance between the singer and superstar tight end, the contest was much closer than many people expected, including me. After the Chiefs gained a quick 17-0 lead to start the game, the Jets came storming back only down by 8 at halftime. Zach Wilson showed why he is the man, outplaying Patrick Mahomes and becoming the only opposing quarterback to have more completions, more passing yards, more touchdown passes, and fewer interceptions than Patrick Mahomes in a Mahomes start, either college or pro. Despite that, after Wilson fumbled the ball on the snap, the Chiefs marched down the field thanks to help from the referees. Not surprisingly, another primetime game was ruined after a late holding call continued the Chiefs' drive, and the defending champs held on for the 23-20 victory. Hey, Brooks, were the Jets robbed?
I would say that they were by the refs. The refs were not really in their favor. I mean, with Taylor Swift in attendance, you were hearing some kind of theories that it's like you're not going to have Taylor Swift watch Travis Kelce and the Chiefs lose. I don't really believe that, but there were some shaky calls from the refs. But we got to take that away and really praise Zach Wilson. I mean, Zach Wilson coming in this game, we thought he was going to be ran over by the Kansas City Chiefs. And he went up and he made it a 3-point game. 3-point game.
That's right.
He lost by 3. And he actually showed some growth because at the press conference, he didn't blame it on anybody. He said, this one's on me. So I feel like Zach Wilson is improving, and I feel like he's really showing that he can be the QB1.
It was certainly great to see Zach Wilson step up, especially a big way, considering that he was getting so much backlash and media attention, not just here in New York, which is in itself a very ruthless media market, but everywhere else as well. It was good to see Wilson step up. Now it's just a matter of whether he can replicate that success moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. But now, Garrett, let's go over to some baseball. Take it away.
Thanks, Brooks. Moving to the diamond now, October baseball has finally arrived. Even though both New York baseball franchises were absolutely garbage this year, America's beloved pastime still rolls on. Today marked Game 1 of the best-of-3 American League wildcard game as the 5th seed Texas Rangers shut out the 4th seed Tampa Bay Rays by a score of 4-0. Jordan Montgomery looked impressive, throwing 7 innings, allowing 6 hits, and striking out 5. The other American League wildcard matchup features the 3 seed and American League Central champions Minnesota Twins playing against the 6 seed Toronto Blue Jays. The Twins look to snap a whopping 18-game postseason losing streak that is the longest in the history of America's Big Four professional sports. The Blue Jays look for their first postseason victory in the Vlad Guerrero Jr. Bo Bichette era.
Yeah, I mean, we'll start off with the Rays and Rangers. I feel like with that win by the Rangers 4-0, I feel like they made a statement. I mean, they're going in Tampa Bay and they're shutting out the Tampa Bay Rays. So I feel like they really made a statement with them, and then getting a win under your belt.
That's right. I mean, both with the Tampa Bay Rays, they went off to this extremely hot start to start the season, and it stretched all the way to the All-Star break. With injuries slowed them down, and then the Orioles caught up, eventually winning that American League East crown. I know it pains for you as a Yankee fan, seeing the Orioles of all teams succeed as well as they have. But I mean, overall, it's great to see baseball postseason back. I expect a great battle between not just these 4 teams, but the other teams playing well as we move forward through this exciting postseason. But Brooks, I think it's time for make a fool of ourselves, whether we like it or not. It's time for some early World Series predictions. I think you should go first.
All right, so we were talking before we went on air. I'm going to take the Atlanta Braves versus the Baltimore Orioles. The reason why is because the Atlanta Braves, I mean, they've been pretty much the best team in baseball. They got future MVP Ronald Acuna. They got Matt Olson. They got just really firepower on offense. And then going over to the Orioles, they're a young team. Everyone's expecting them to not have that experience, not have that playoff experience. But they're not just in here to get some playoff experience. They're here to go all the way. And I feel like even though they'll go all the way, I feel like the Braves are going to pull it out, and I think they'll win in probably 6.
Brooks, I really can't argue with the Braves either. I mean, they just largely dominated throughout the regular season. You talked about NL MVP favorite Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, who had a rough first year in Atlanta as the new Braves first baseman, of course, filling the shoes for Freddie Freeman. But then you have the pitching staff of Charlie Morton, Max Fried, Spencer Strider, who had a phenomenal season. You really can't bet against the Braves. I do think it's going to be Braves and Astros, a rematch of 2021, the World Series, the Fall Classic. I think you can't bet against the Astros either. They are absolutely a powerhouse in the American League that looks relatively weak than in years past. I mean, Yordan Alvarez has just been overall very impressive. Jose Altuve, Jose Abreu has been very good throughout the entire year, especially when they return from injuries. And of course, you have the return of Justin Verlander, who, after being acquired from the Mets, has pitched very well, knows the plays extremely well, knows how to compete in Houston. That's why I think it's going to be a Braves-Houston Astros Fall Classic matchup. I say Braves in 6 as well.
6 as well. All right, so we're both taking the Atlanta Braves to win the World Series, but now we're going to stay with baseball, and we're going to talk some Immaculate Grid. This is a game that we have a bracket, which will come up in a little bit, and we have to guess what players played for certain teams or what players had some certain stats for that individual team. So we'll start off with baseball, And I will have Garrett ask that, and then we'll have football, and he'll be the one who is asking me questions regarding the Immaculate Grid. So if we can get that full screen up, and we have it right here. So Atlanta and Houston. We'll start off with the Atlanta Braves and Houston Astros. Garrett, what do you got?
So everyone that's watching, you of course can play along at home. Braves and Astros. I'm thinking of a current Brave starter right now. Postseason success. I just talked about him before. He's going to be essential to that Braves rotation. I'm taking Charlie Morton.
Yep.
So I'm going to put that down and see what his percentage is, because you also got to think about rarity. 28%. That ain't bad. Let's move on to Astros 300 average career batting. First guy I think of, Hall of Famer Chipper Jones. Absolute stud. Killed the Mets from basically every year. 67%. So my rarity score has gone out the window. Let's go to Yankees Astros.
Yankees Astros. Yep.
Here's another popular pick, because right now I'm just thinking of the most popular players. Garrett Cole, of course.
Garrett Cole. Yep.
So I expect this to be like 80%, 40%.
Wow.
It's not bad. 300 average career for batting. So there's a bunch to go off of. We could go Jeter. We could go DiMaggio, Mantle.
Yep.
I might go with Mantle.
Okay.
And see what the percentage on that is. It's wrong.
It's wrong.
How's that?
You should have went Joe DiMaggio.
I'm going to go
out there.
DiMaggio.
Okay.
I really thought Mickey Mantle had 17%. I'll still take that.
Okay.
Yankees 500 home runs career batting. I think of a lot of power hitters. Judge has not reached that yet, of course, because he's still relatively young.
There's one guy that just sticks out.
Andrew Jones, Babe Ruth.
Andrew Jones, interesting.
Andrew Jones, yeah, Andrew
He
Jones.
did play, yeah.
Gary Sheffield, I believe, was very solid for them. Sheffield did 500? I'm gonna hedge my bets.
Just try it out.
You know,
I think
I'm gonna go Babe, the Babe Bambino.
I know he hit more than 500. Yeah.
Dodgers and Astros. I don't want to take too much time away from you, Brooks, because you're gonna be doing the football one.
No, I got you.
Let's do Dodgers 300 average career. I've had some good hitters in the past. I'm thinking like right now, Betts, Freeman. I don't think they have a 300 average yet. Maybe like a 290, but not 300. I don't know why I'm stumped on the Dodgers and Astros, because I feel like there's so many players that go through those two teams.
Yeah.
Braves 500 home runs career back. I'm like all over the place right now. I feel like I have this, but at the same time, I could be like one guess off. I'm gonna go Andrew Jones. Nope, I was wrong.
It was that 300 average for?
I was going 500,
500
plus home runs. Yeah, I don't know why.
He must be like near like 400 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got about like a minute 30 for left.
I don't have the immaculate going for this. Wow, Brooks. I mean, you have this up. You got some players in mind?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm struggling.
So right now we have Dodgers 500 home runs. I mean,
because there's a lot of great players that go through that system.
Right.
I think of
yeah.
Jackie Robinson, Pee Wee Reese, all those guys that play for contact.
I don't think they hit 500.
They never really
runs.
hit for power.
Was Jackie Robinson? Did he have 300 average though?
Did Piazza have 500 plus? Because he
Jackie
was a Dodger.
Robinson 43% for 300 average. So he got that.
Thanks for giving me the answer.
Yeah, well, I'm helping you out.
I guess my final guess, I'm going to just go Piazza for 500.
Okay.
All right. I'll take 6 out of 9.
Okay, you got 6 out of 9. All right.
6,
so that is
2/3.
going to be for baseball, but now it is time for some football.
Yeah, let's
for
see how you
Immaculate
do.
Grid. All right, so we'll move over. You see there, it's Giants, Seahawks. Giants on the left, so Giants goes Giants, Niners, Patriots, and then you got Seattle, Green Bay, and 300-plus yard passing season. So let's see. Let's see one that's really
I could think of one off
easy.
the bat.
I could too. Niners and Seahawks. I'm gonna go with Richard Sherman.
That was my guess.
Let's put that up there.
Watch it be like 80%.
It probably will be. 69%.
Nice.
And now we'll do Patriots Seahawks. There was definitely someone on the Patriots that ended up being on the Seahawks as well. There's definitely like a running back. Was it?
LeGarrette Blount?
No, he wasn't on the Seahawks. I know Golden Tate was on the Giants. So that was
that's a good one.
That was for Giants and Seattle. 22%. That's not bad. That's not bad.
49ers 3,000-yard passing season.
It's got to be Joe Montana out here. Joe Montana. I feel like for the 3,000-yard season, if you guys are playing at home, I feel like that's pretty easy for all of these teams.
I put Steve Young.
Put Steve Young.
21%.
How much you got? 21. Well, I got 31%. I think for Patriots, I think that's pretty obvious. Tom Brady, but I'm going to go with Drew Bledsoe because I feel like he did have one with the Patriots. I mean, I know he got injured, but is it Drew Bledsoe? Did he play with
Let me help
Patriots
you
beforehand?
Oh, 30%.
30%? Okay.
Very solid.
Did Mac Jones, has he gotten one yet?
Who?
For 3,000 yards? Mac Jones?
No, I don't think so.
All right,
I
I'm
think
going to go with Drew Bledsoe. All right, so 30%. Okay, awesome. And then 3,000 yard for the Giants. I feel like we'll do Chris Sims.
Chris Sims?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Wait, no, Phil Sims. Chris Sims. Phil Sims.
Like, Chris Sims, who's that?
Yeah, I knew it was Sims, but all right. 14%, not bad, not bad, not bad.
Still got the Immaculate going, right?
Yeah, we still have the Immaculate going. Now we have Green Bay and New York, the Giants and Green Bay Packers.
Giants beats me.
I'm trying to think of like offensive linemen, defensive linemen.
Nope.
You can't think of anything?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay, so you're not going to help me out here? Okay.
Nope.
Patriots and Seahawks. Oh, this is very tough. We definitely.
We need one more guess, Brooks. One more guess.
One more guess?
Just one more guess. It could be right or wrong, just one more guess. Do it for the people.
Do it for the people. Niners and Packers. I feel like, is there like a quarterback, like a backup quarterback?
Do it for the people.
I have nothing. I have nothing right now.
Geno Smith, top left.
Geno Smith? For Giants and Packers? I don't. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no. That's Giants.
54%.
Seahawks.
All right.
Okay.
Sports are complete. Coming up after break, Brooks and I discuss what's coming up
right.
next into Port City. Stay tuned.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. Did you know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a closer with that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
La la la. Breathe. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Welcome back to Port City Rising, baby. By the way, I did Seahawks Patriots. Chris Canty 0.05%.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Move on. Let's go.
You got the best. You got the best immaculate grid answer there. All right. So well, Garrett, we promised that we will document our experience. So that is what we will do. We are going to have a Inside the Port City vlog, and we'll try our luck for next episode to go beyond the Port City. So Garrett, for the next episode, what do you want to do? What is something that you feel we should try out?
You know, for me, there's a lot of Port City that is unexplored by the Chan Man himself. So why not go, you know, a good old day adventure around the Port City, highlight various landmarks, highlight various locales. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking for a Port City vlog for maybe the next couple of weeks or so.
Right. And then I'm thinking like maybe we could go, like when we go outside the Port City, thinking we can go to maybe Syracuse, you know, maybe we take a trip to Rochester, something like that. But ooh, man, yeah, it's gonna be exciting. So thank you guys for tuning in to the debut episode of Port City Rising. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time. Good night. Thank you. I was rushing there. I didn't realize.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
It's Al Roker.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Laker Connections live from the WTOP-10 perch overlooking the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena and Convocation Hall. I'm Jared Wakefield, and he is Thomas Turgeon. It's almost like a holiday in Oswego. It's Whiteout Eve.
It is Whiteout